Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Frozen Frontier. Grimes, you hear the roaring, you feel the ground shaking, and the cold, I mean, it can't really intensify anymore. Your ears are numb, your nose is burning from the freeze.
William is stable before me. I toss a scrag cloak over his body, concealing the floor.
That's going to be your action this round? Because we're in initiative. So last round you poulticed yourself and the elemental was summoned. This round you roll an 8 for initiative and it rolls a 12. So you're taking your action to cover William?
I can't see any elemental.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, without metagaming, I can't think of anything else to do.
Sure.
I mean, so yeah,
that sounds fair,
sure.
though. Yeah.
Action is gonna be movement, I guess, and I conceal William with the cloak. I stand up, Bellum's flaming longsword in one hand, phase blade in the other. No, hold on, it's still my freaking turn.
Okay.
I get movement.
You do get movement.
I walk over here toward. Oh God! And I run. Yeah. So I turn tail and run.
You can go 180 feet.
I'd rather juke it and get into that chamber. So I'm hoping to lure it around that way and then come running around this way. I don't know if I can ready runs to if I see it to try to escape.
Sure.
I mean, you know what I mean? So I try and circle around this way and juke. I crouch and hide behind a statue, and when I see it, I'll continue running.
Sure.
It might be faster than me, so I don't know how this all works.
Oh God, I think I broke your character for a moment, William. It's all forked. I'm sorry.
Seems fine to me.
Okay, I just need to refresh roll 20. It's getting glitchy on me. That seems like the good amount of movement for you, Grimes. The ice elemental will see which way you go, so it will go that way this time instead of the other direction as soon as roll 20 finishes. Okay. Come on, ice elemental. All right, it'll come here, turn, and head up this way towards William.
And who is at -9 HP. He is all but cold. I guess he has his heated dragon scale.
Yes. Grimes is producing all the light from the flaming sword, though.
That's true. So it does probably see flickering light.
Huge amounts of light, and it will. What's its? Okay, hold on. Let me see how much movement it has available to it. So 60. Got there with 66. Its movement is half, so it can go 90 feet and make attack, or 180 feet with no attacks.
I can go 180 feet as a half move, so I think I can juke it in circles, and it can't attack me. Correct?
In the long run, yes. So this round, it will close with you,
but it can't attack. Correct?
But it cannot attack. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just run around this room for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You laugh, but if this was a video game, that's what I'd be doing right now.
Yeah, but
I'm sitting here for an hour running around this square.
And that's why video games suck compared to D&D.
Yeah.
Initiative, Grimes. Against the elemental.
Natural 1.
Oh, God, you're first.
Do I have to fight it, or can I finish the queen? If I disengage, that doesn't get me anything. If I turn and run, I think I have to stab it.
You're gonna fight the ice elemental with the flaming sword and the phase dagger?
I don't think I have any other shot. Let's take a swing at this thing and see how it does.
Oh my God. It's +3 sword.
Yeah. 25 with the flaming longsword.
It has AC 18.
All right, so that does not crit. If that were William, that would crit. I just do a D12 +4, I think.
Now, it is an ice elemental, and you are using a magical fire sword. So I think your magic fire sword does double damage against the ice elemental.
2D12
seems
+4. 18 points of damage. Oh God, 22 with the offhand, which fire damage is also doubled. So D8
fire damage
plus
is doubled.
2d6 plus 1. It's another 14 damage.
Those are pretty
He's
good.
doing it! He's doing it!
You got to half HP, Grimes.
I can only take one hit, though. I mean, I think I'm backing off, and it's pursuing, and it's going to get its attacks on me. I'm trying to get to the queen, but...
Oh, God. All right. It brings its big, icy hand down on you with a crushing blow. Oh, shit. It might actually miss. Natural 5 plus 13 is an 18 to hit.
Miss. Yes.
Come on,
So it only get 1 attack.
It gets 1 attack, but it does do 5d6 damage.
What? On a miss?
No, on a hit.
no.
On a hit,
Okay.
it does 5d6.
That's an auto kill on a hit.
Yes. Is it? Yeah, I guess I could roll 5, technically.
This thing
It's
is
a really
slow.
low chance.
I can juke it.
You've got magical flaming arrows, right?
Yeah.
Well, we need initiative next round, because we stood ground and fought.
Yeah. I can do words. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to disengage. I can disengage and still escape it with my... I can disengage, move 180 feet.
You move when you disengage, you go at 1/3 movement.
1/3
So you would
movement.
go 60 feet, right? No, 120 divided by 3. Yeah, would be. I can't do any
180 yards divided by 3.
math. 120
60
yards.
120 yards divided by
120
3
feet.
is
Okay.
120 feet, which
Yes.
is not, which is farther than it can move and attack. Correct.
It can go 60 yards and make no, it can go 30 yards and make an attack. Yes, that's farther than it can go.
All right, so I can disengage and flee out this way.
You're gonna flee that way? Okay.
Yeah, I can move I can move 120 feet, so I can move like to there, and then another 60 feet like that away. I try to hide, but I think the way disengage works is it can just keep following after you, can't it?
It does, yes, and it will chase you. It can go 60. What did we say? It can go 90 feet, right? So it comes after you, Grimes, and that is when the whole room is shook again. Ice crystals fall. The ground wobbles at your feet.
Another one? I
Yes.
have to kill the... Yeah, okay.
Initiative for the next round.
You've got to kill the queen, Grimes. It's got like 10 AC. You could just run in there and double crit it. It'd probably die.
Yeah.
Okay, Grimes is first.
That's the plan, is to get to the queen. So I can move how far and still attack?
You can go 180 yards and still attack. Is that right? 120 times 3 divided by 2. You could go 180 feet and still attack.
Yeah, so I get 80, 120. It's me to there. Is there any crack between this elemental and the whatever space behind it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a huge elemental. And it's kind of summoned a little bit farther out. There is room to squeeze by it, but you might provoke an OA. You know, unless for some reason you don't.
If you were shrunk, you might not.
What are you gonna do, Grimes?
I would like to get past that elemental, but it sounds like that will provoke an OA.
I mean, if you close with it, it doesn't provoke an OA. It's when you leave it that it does, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess you could get to here without provoking the OA. William, can you see all of this action?
No.
I'm going to give you a second, smaller mini token that is not real, but that you can see the action from.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Here's little mini William. He doesn't count.
Oh, it's gone again.
Oh, whoops. Shit. There. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no alternate way into that room.
Nope. It's time, Grimes. It's time to decide who you are as a person.
I got plenty more movement if I just keep moving.
What are you gonna do?
I want to try and lure it away from the doorway. So I'm gonna I come sneaking in, I come back here, I'll ready the rest of my movement to keep running, and
All right.
yeah.
It does seem pretty stupid. Like, it's reasonable
Yeah.
that you could do this.
Yeah. So I want to try and lure it away from the doorway and like circle around and enter the Queen's chamber.
Right.
Right.
So one goes one way, the other's going the other way. I'll give it another check as it walks by. Nope, they still don't notice William on the ground, and they still don't accidentally step on him.
I feel
as
like
they pass through this way.
they shouldn't get to roll every round for that. If they haven't seen it, they haven't seen
No,
it.
but this is a new elemental.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Initiative rolls.
Yeah. So by the end of the round, can I get all the way? I didn't make any actions that round. I'm coming
but
the
you
full 180
moved-
yards. I've moved like 180 feet at this point. I've still got half a
Hold on.
move.
Really? Let me, because you were over here at the beginning, and you've gone here, 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 here.
I was 120 to there.
Right. So if this is 120, then this is another 120 to here. That's 240.
Okay, cool. Whoops, sorry. Yeah.
And you can only go 180, right? So you're stuck here. I think this was your end of
that
your
seems
movement.
fine. All right, so initiative.
Initiative rolls.
Yes.
They cannot beat you in initiative this round. They both
All
go
right.
at 10. Grimes, it's your turn.
All right, Grimes continues juking elementals around here and sees this queen. Do we want to get a better description of what I see in this room?
This once was a woman. You could even tell that she probably once was an elf, not even a scrag, but time, magic, and hatred has disformed her into something else. There's a small tail growing out, weird claws. The whole head is just a long, bony skull that looks sort of gnollish, maybe, vaguely. She's surrounded by crystals growing out of the rocks around her, and there is this blue light kind of circling her and this sphere that she's holding onto with her hands. And this sphere is what is producing all of the cold. And as you look into the swirling colors, you can feel an otherworldly sense. That sphere is a chamber, a portal, a pathway to somewhere very, very cold.
When I step into the circle, does anything happen?
Your hairs on your arms, even with the heated armor, are turning white and crystals are forming on them. You'll
I've got
probably
this
get frostbite if
flaming
you
sword in my
spend.
hand. I'm pushing flame against the frost. I approach the queen and address her. Queen D?
There's no response. This creature is...
What tongue comes out? Do I speak scrag, elf, human?
You don't know. You always sound like you're speaking common to yourself.
Come on,
All right.
Grimes. It's roll 20 now.
I flank the queen,
Black back
and
attack.
with the first long sword, I want to bring it down on her hand that's clutching the orb.
Her eyes are rolled back in her head, just whites are showing. She's held effectively, unmoving, doesn't even seem aware that you're here. Nothing
Plus
has
4 to
changed
hit?
about her. No, she's held. It's an auto hit, I guess.
An execution, actually.
Really? So what do you want me to roll?
She's held. She is effectively a frozen person, and there's nobody around you. I think you can just auto kill her if you desire. She's literally stuck to the orb.
I bring the flaming longsword down on her wrist that's holding the orb.
Okay. You don't need to roll for damage. You sever her wrist, which is unnaturally thin. It's, the width of your thumb, maybe. It breaks, the arm shatters, and instantly you feel a strong vacuum pulling you towards the orb. Air starts rushing in. The temperature starts fluctuating wildly. Grimes, give me a dexterity check to grab onto something before you are pulled in.
Don't lose my sword, Grimes.
Ass.
Yes.
You can grab onto the thing, the edge here. The creature is no longer enchanted. Actually, do roll me damage on her arm. You severed it, so roll me, I don't know. I guess you can make a roll to hit to see if you crit or something.
Yeah, so D20 plus 13 because she's held or something. Is it 28? That's a crit.
AC 10, so yeah, you definitely do 2d12 plus whatever.
22 points of damage.
Okay, so she's not dead. She will snap.
I've got an offhand attack.
Would you? Well, no. This transpires the moment that she is broken.
Okay. But I get a second attack.
Yeah, her eyes roll back. She blinks wildly, and her 1,500-year trance and meditation is broken, and she has to make an emergency dex check, which she does not pass, and she gets sucked into the orb itself, vanishing.
You reap what you sow.
Outside of this little room, William's body begins to drag slowly across the floor as all things are pulled towards this sphere. Everything.
Am I dragged directly towards the orb and therefore hit this wall? Or is it somehow curving me around here? Because
you are being pulled in the direction of the vacuum, which is not towards the wall. The vacuum is this direction for you. You know, it's like a hole in a spaceship isn't going to like suck you magically towards a wall, right? That just seems ridiculous.
It does seem a bit ridiculous, yeah.
It's a little ridiculous.
Can I move against it, or do I have to like brace?
No, you have to brace. You can try and move against it, but it is a very strong force pulling you this way. What do you do, Grimes?
I think I sheathe the phase dagger so that I can use that hand to grip. And can I like lunge for a crystal and try and drag myself out of this room towards the door?
Absolutely. You can grab hold of a crystal. Give me a strength check to pull against the force.
No, unless there's any sort of advantage.
I don't see the roll.
Don't quite.
I see the roll. You'll have to re-roll it.
I have to re-roll it.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. You lose your grip on the crystal. You fall back towards the orb. One last dex check to catch yourself before you get sucked into oblivion.
I was all... No.
Grimes.
No, wait. The strength check was to move forward, not to...
Oh, that's true. Okay, you're right. I guess that was to pull himself forward. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fair argument.
I think I'm stuck here.
Okay, you're stuck here. Your feet are braced against... Let's look at it this way. Your feet are braced against the podium. Your arm is reaching for the crystal, but you can't pull yourself forward any farther. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
This round of movement, the elementals are drawn back towards their home. And one of them will even very willingly move right over you and into the orb, vanishing. The other one gets to about here. William has already slid that far. Okay, next round. We're gonna do this round by round. Each round, people will move in different directions. Grimes, what do you want to do?
I want to get away from this orb. Unfortunately, I think my backpack is like out in that hallway where we staged the ambush, so I don't have like climbing. I don't have rope and stuff.
It's kind of like climbing, though, isn't it? If you think about it.
In a way, the ground is a wall.
You know, that occurs to Grimes, I think, and he changes his perspective. And I would like to be able to use my climbing bone. I'll get flat on the ground and like climb along these crystals out of the chamber.
Crystals. Give me a climbing check and don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1, Grimes.
What is my climbing at this point? 26.
So ridiculous.
Don't roll a 1. Come on. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Grimes, you managed to climb to the end of this chamber, to the end of this hall.
I try and duck and let the elemental get hurled over me.
It does not want anything to do with you. It doesn't care about you. On this round, it will go right past you, Grimes, right over your head.
And I'm going to try and brace myself in the crook of this against this wall and catch William.
All right, William slides another 30 feet this round. His armor, his dragon scales, which are so smooth, just pulling him across the floor.
I would have wound up on this side if I knew that. I thought the little William was William.
No.
Little Willie.
I'm going to get rid of little Willie, actually. Okay. Next round, sell me on a check to grab William before he gets pulled and sucked in.
I think it's a climbing check, right?
What's the climbing check to grab William? That doesn't...
I think it's just a grab. Is it like a dex check or is it an attack roll? I'd prefer a dex check, but...
Of course you would.
I mean, not always, of course.
You know
William
what?
probably attack roll is better than his stats.
You're going to need to give me a dex check to grab him and a strength check to brace him.
Both are 16s. I grab hold of his climbing harness.
As he slides past you, and now
I'm
is the
physically
hold.
braced against this wall.
Uh-huh.
Advantage?
Oh, God.
No.
I can't watch.
Yes!
You grab William in the hallway before he gets sucked into the orb. His feet are dangling. You've got him by, I don't know, the collar, or like the top of his dragon
got him
armor.
by his climbing harness.
Oh, wonderful. By the hips.
And with that 31 strength, I think I can drag William's body, pull myself this way, and pull William next to me.
You
grab
on me. You can
and pull. The ground and chamber begins to shake further, and the temperature begins to climb slightly. The frost on your arms disappears. What are you going to do next round, Grimes?
I want to drag us away from this vacuum, if possible.
I'm gonna continue to insist on strength checks because this is a strong force of suction here. By yourself, you might be able to scrape and drag along since you're no longer right directly against it, but to pull William with you is going to require strength checks.
Did William pocket his amulet of shrinkage, or is that available?
I don't think you have any idea where it is on him. You just know he's full-sized. You could stop and search him.
I do have a potion of reduction on my belt, though.
But you can't force him to drink a potion while he's unconscious.
No.
Flip me over, shove it up my ass.
It's definitely going to the quotes.
For the final.
Do I feel stable? Is the vacuum increasing or decreasing, or impossible to tell?
It seems fairly steady.
If I brace myself here, am I stable? Like you said, I'd need strength checks to crawl away. Can I brace here and wait it out, or are you going to insist on strength checks each round just to stay?
To stay stable is fine. To drag him away or to do anything else with him, I'm going to ask for strength checks. But like once you've got him braced, you can hold him. But then as soon as you change, saving William's life is going to be a difficult task.
Does William have a rope on him?
Yeah.
Do you have a rope on your character sheet? Mine's on my backpack, which encumbered me, so.
Climbing harness. I didn't see Wolf's rope.
You don't have rope?
I've got my climbing harness, though. So that's probably got a bit of rope on it, I don't know.
Grimes, are you familiar with the concept of having to cut someone loose when they're weighing you down on your mountainside? Does the thought even cross your mind to cut William loose and save yourself? Or are you going to do whatever it takes to save your captain?
Does the thought cross my mind? Yeah, but it hasn't reached that point yet, at least. I think I do one last strength check to try and move us along.
All right, give it to us, Grimes.
22. I just barely yank us around this next corner. I don't know how far I can get us.
I think you can move maybe at like a quarter speed or something. So instead of 360 feet, you can go. What's
90.
360? 90? Okay. Yeah.
So I think what happens is I get off the floor, get to my feet, dragging William behind me. I go trudging towards the door. I pick up. Actually, the amulet of shrinkage probably went flying, huh? Unless it was William. Did you just threw it on the ground?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it will be around there somewhere.
No, it's been sucked into the void. Yeah. Many of these tables and chairs have also been sucked into the void. The carpets are gone, being ripped away by the force of the vacuum.
And I think I recall his potion of reduction. Oh, you said you can't reduce. Yeah, I can't give potions to unconscious people.
Correct. You have to be conscious to drink a potion.
If we can get stable and wait it out till well, it could get worse, I suppose.
Oh, man.
Here you are, Grimes. You've got William this far. The healing poultice definitely won't be kicking in for at least 45 minutes or something. You know.
How bad does the suction look down across the bridge? Like, do I see rocks and things flying?
Yes, bits of rocks are coming towards you. Bits of crystal are hurling through the air in your direction. Whole chunks of ice that fall off the sides or the ceilings are coming your way. This next passageway here from across here is going to be tricky. There's nothing to brace yourself against. Thus far, you've been able to pull on the wall, but this stretch is the open air.
Right now, I think is this Bellum next to me, or is that...
This is Bellum.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm clutching at Bellum's knees or whatever to keep us from getting sucked into the void. Come on, Bellum.
Let him go.
Is it one last strength check?
Is that what you want?
To move across that open...
Yeah, I'm going to give you a penalty of 2 because there's absolutely nothing to get grip on other than the floor.
No!
You go, and the both of you slip, and you both get dragged.
30 feet? Is that...
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Or is it accelerating?
No, it's not accelerating. So you'll get dragged 30 feet, and you are both sliding now. You're both in free fall or free scramble towards this void. It's the next round, Grimes. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try and lunge us towards this exit, like catch a grip of that lip there.
So still holding on to William, you're going to lunge and grab?
Williams towards that. Yeah,
all right, you guys get pulled. Go make your
strength check. I can get us to there.
Well, give me a diving dex check just to grab hold of that, and then a strength check if you want to hold yourself and William.
The dex is a pass.
Your dex is a pass. I know it's getting dangerous.
On this aren't good. 19.
Oh my god! All right.
Yeah.
You're holding this wall. William is dangling from behind you. You've got a chance. You're so close. If you can get out onto this bridge, laws of what do you call it? Pressure will show you that it's going to be a lot easier to escape once you're across the bridge. But getting through this doorway where all of those ice chunks and all the debris is falling towards you is a tough spot. If you can get past this bridge, I'm going to say you're going to be fine. But I don't know if you can get William with you.
One last strength check. Is it at -2?
Yeah, this is again totally open. You do
25, even with a -2.
With yourself and William in tow, you manage to pull your way across the bridge. The suction here is lessened enough that you feel comfortable. You don't have to make strength checks. William will slowly slide towards the bridge, but you can drag him back and do whatever you need. You're going to be semi-okay. What's the plan, Grimes?
We're getting out of here. I think I'm going for the nearest exit, which is this one up here.
And you're just going to drag William the whole way? He weighs 350 pounds.
As soon as the suction stops, we can wait, right?
Yeah, I'm going to drag him to safety, at least. Okay. So for now, I'm getting out of this chamber.
All right. Heaving and hoeing. Which, did you say you're going this way?
Yeah, I think I just go towards the nearest exit.
Okay. You head here and head down the hall, pulling William behind you. His dragon scales on the icy floor does provide a lot of very little friction, so it's maybe not that difficult to drag him.
Yeah,
here.
I will pat him down to see if he happened to pocket the amulet of reduction.
No, it's gone. It's just gone. Yeah.
My spear is gone as well,
gone.
is it?
Anything that is not on your character is gone. Anything that's loosely on your character is gone. You know.
Yeah.
You start heading down that hallway, Grimes, when there is an explosion that rocks the ground around you, and you can see down the hallway. All of a sudden, there was a bright flare of light.
Which hallway? The one we're going down?
The one that you're going down.
Oh, it's the volcano erupting. The last
yes.
one.
I pause and probably realize I need to turn tail and run, huh?
Yeah.
Evasive maneuver. I begin dragging William the other way.
You grab William and start going this way, and the structure here starts to collapse slightly. Like the bridge next to you crumbles and tumbles and falls to the ice below.
Come on, William. I pause and try and see if he's coming anywhere near regaining consciousness.
Does the poultice work all at once, Neal, or is it sort of gradual?
It's a gradual thing over. I mean, it doesn't take place until an hour. I think we've always made it fairly vague. Like, it's not going to kick in until you're in safety, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're telling me there's no way that the potion can be applied. I mean, I think Grimes would want to try to reduce William with the potion, but
you can try. You can absolutely try, but out of game, it's not going to be effective.
It's only held on by twine. It might have even.
Okay, in game, Grimes tries. So I open the poultice. I try and shovel it down his throat,
and it just holds in his mouth, and it spills a little.
And the vacuum catches it, and the potion of reduction goes flying.
Flips out of your hand and shatters and is gone.
And I continue to drag William to this hallway. I guess I look down this hallway. Is it lit as well? Or is there light?
There's a pinprick of light, but it is not the same as the...
This is the way out. This is the way out, Grimes. You got the right one.
Yeah, if it looks like a pinprick of daylight, then that's where I head.
All right.
There's probably scrags out there.
You head down the hallway.
Oh, that's true. There are still 6 scrags.
You head down the hallway for hours.
At least hours. I think if things ever quiet down.
No, the rumbling continues. It only gets worse, actually, for the first couple hours.
I think I channel my inner William, and I go full-on sled mode. And I just trudge for an hour. I try and find a way to... I don't have rope, but maybe we have scraps of rope still affixed to our climbing harnesses. So I attach my harness to his harness, and I just step by step at probably movement rate 1. I trudge for hours down this hallway.
And the temperature gets warmer and warmer until you find yourself uncomfortably hot, exerting yourself and with the armor on.
I start unbuckling my armor. I don't know if it has buckles, but...
It takes a while to take off. You can do it, but what are you going to do with it? Put it on William?
I meant if I can
you can take it off, but
it so that it's hanging on.
Oh, I see.
On, undoing a jacket.
No. It doesn't unbutton it. It comes all the way off as a sweater.
Are you sure? Okay,
it's scale mail. Yeah, it's like a shirt. It just comes up and down.
Aaron thinks there's buckles.
There's no buckles, Aaron.
Neal says there's no buckles.
How do you put them on there?
It's magic.
It's a shirt. It's a shirt.
All right.
You make your way down this hallway. You take off your armor. Do you leave it behind, or do you try and find a way to take it with you?
No, I don't take it off. If I was trying to increase airflow and cool down, but if it's not possible, it's not possible.
Yeah. Some time later, you emerge. And
I've woken up before then, right?
Yeah, he'll wake up within an hour.
That's true, yeah. So William will wake up near the end of that hour. You don't have to roll for HP or anything.
Should I not roll a potion?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Breaking my immersion.
Roll it, William. Roll your... because it takes place over a period of time. I was trying to say it doesn't matter because it happens in slow increments, All
right, but I'm on 6 HP is the point.
Yeah, I wanted to see what you were going to first do when you wake up. That's why I didn't think it made a difference.
I think you slowly come to realizing that you're seeing blackness passing over you.
That I've missed.
You realize you're being dragged.
Yeah, so it's like that scene in Gladiator, right, where he wakes up and he's being carried by the slaves. I'm watching the crystals on the roof pass above me, and then slowly, vaguely become aware of the heat. And then I look up, see my hand, and someone's grabbing my hand. Oh no, I'm tied. So in front of me, I see Grimes dragging me in. Grimes. And
William,
struggled to my foot.
Get up! And I cut the ropes between us loose.
I look around.
It's over, William.
What do you mean?
The queen is dead.
I turn around.
Spell is broken.
Corridor.
It's hot. You're so uncomfortable, William, and water is dripping down on your face from above.
Are you sure it's over?
Well, we still need to get the hell out of here.
I think I embrace Grimes. in that moment. You did it. You saved my life. I look. May I?
We're not out of here yet.
I go to take my sword.
You take the flaming sword. The two of you walk out. Now that you're both walking, it takes you maybe like half an hour to get out of here. As you step out, you can see the moonlight. It's a full moon in a sky filled with stars. Rain is coming down on you. There's the snow around you is melting. The walls of the cavern are slipping. There's not even a snowbank at the edge of this canyon anymore. It's sort of just rocky ground. As you look out into the forest and the terrain around you.
Are we about here on the map? Did you say? Is this where we are? Down here?
No. You're over here.
Oh my god, we were close to there.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. You're coming out over here somewhere.
Yeah. Right. I thought so.
Yeah. You're coming out somewhere over here.
Okay.
Do we have any more pulses? We're both very wounded.
I shake my head. I use the last of them to stabilize you.
That last scrag. Did I kill him?
You killed the warrior.
What happened?
It wasn't
then?
the last scrag. The queen was clutching an orb, the source of all this ice, all the cold. She animated the ice itself.
And then what?
When you fell, we were all plunged into darkness. I scrambled and took up your flaming sword of vellum. I brought it down upon the queen's wrists, severing the ties to the orb. That's when, the spell was broken, and all this happened. I look around, like it's the ice. Is all the ice melted or melting?
Melting. Mm-hmm.
Done.
Yeah.
Did it, Grimes? You're a hero.
I don't know if I'd say that. A survivor.
I know I would.
Well, looks like you may yet get a chance to tell the tale.
Well, we're still stranded here.
You guys look out across the warming terrain, feeling uncomfortable by the heat of your gear, by the heat of your sword. It's a beautiful night. There's no one else around to share it with, though.
And if there's no more vacuum, I think we collapse and rest here.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you rest and relax, I think it dawns. I don't know who it dawns on first. Both of you give me intelligence checks.
Wrong surviving party members to be rolling in checks.
28.
Tell me about it.
William's smart enough. He's got it.
Yeah. William, you're on your back looking up at the night sky, and your thoughts turn to the gods and how they've helped you and how they've assisted you, and you look for the constellation of Bellum when it sort of clicks in your brain that it's the middle of December. It's the middle of winter. There should be no stars in the sky. And as you search for a constellation of Bellum, you realize the positions and constellations are all foreign. And I think it dawns on you as well that it was almost a new moon out, and here it is a full moon.
Grimes, how long were we in there?
Underground?
Days, to be sure. A
I
week.
nod.
Look at the moon.
I look up at the moon. Is it the same moon?
It's full, but now that you're looking at it, there are different pockets on it that it looks a little funny. Maybe it's upside down. I don't know. It's definitely weird.
And the constellations? Are they not ones we
unrecognizable?
recognize?
Yeah. There should be no stars in the middle of December.
But it's not like we see we don't recognize the It's not like we see constellations that we shouldn't see. It's
you see constellations that you don't know, that you've never seen before.
So it's not like we're seeing the summer constellations in the winter sky. It's completely new.
New constellations. And I think... Oh, go ahead.
It is winter, Grimes. The sky
not anymore. I point to the dripping tree overhead.
What is this?
And I think that is where we can close the last page on our game here.
Surely we must find out if we get back, no?
No post log?
We will come back next week and we'll do a Q&A with also Greg and Sean, and we'll chat, and if chat has some questions for us, prep them ahead of time and we'll try and answer a few of them, and we'll see what we say. But yeah. Whew. You have survived.
Experience!
And you have brought fire to the island. You have broken the age-old curse.
But it was Grimes all along that was the real hero.
Of course it was.
Mm-hmm.
GG.
GG.
Good game, everyone. It feels a little sudden to walk out right now, but we're gonna do our big Q&A next week, so maybe we can leave with some parting thoughts. What are William's parting thoughts?
Relief that it's over. But to be honest, thinking about going home.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about home?
I'm trying to ignore the uneasy feeling that the changed moon and changed stars are giving me, and I'm assuming
I know, right?
home is still on the other side of the ocean.
Do you feel that you would get a warm welcome home if you returned?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about Richard, your father-in-law, these days?
I don't think he's got negative feelings towards Richard, really. That we've been left here. I think if we get back and find out that the war's not that bad and that we've just been abandoned for no reason, no real good reason, then maybe he'd be upset. But he's assuming that Drakus is burning and the entire country is falling apart, and there's not a single ship to spare. Giving them the benefit of the doubt. But it's kind of difficult to worry about something like that when,
of course,
what we've just been through.
Yeah.
The most immediate danger is gone.
Are you worried that your children might be caught up in the war?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Definitely worried about that.
What about you, Grimes? What are your final thoughts before we head out?
Relief. It's over. We survived. Well, at least some of us did.
You gonna get your freedom?
Anything's better than this cursed continent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting off this place.
You think they're gonna let you take your armor and magic weapons and all your loot?
Kinsians, I think after everything we've faced here, there's nothing about going back to Drakus that worries me in the slightest.
Yeah, right. What could be in Drakus?
I dare Princess Sella to try and take this. Yeah. She'll have to peel these scales off my off my bones.
All right.
I think Grimes is wishing that Yaramir maybe were here. He'd have something to say about those stars.
Yeah.
Ferris might have been able to make some more sense of the elves or the scrags or whatever they were.
But, I guess you guys will slowly make your way to Swampside.
Without skis now, so we're walking the old-fashioned way.
Yep. Yeah. So 24 miles a day. It'll take you like 3 days, maybe 4 days to get there.
We've got to stop in at Conquest to get food, but yeah. Sure.
The snow melts quickly and rivers start to pop up all over the place, actually. The island changes around you very rapidly, surprisingly quickly. Some might say magically quickly. And eventually, you are returned to the warm world where you're walking across these soft grounds.
How did you do that and keep all of the... Did you just copy over all of the...
I know what I'm doing.
Wow.
I'm a professional.
All of our notes. And they've got all the... he's got all the GM things.
Oh, we have to go and grab the dogs at some point.
haunted.
Oh yeah, this is the GM lair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to see all my GM notes that are hidden around.
There literally was nothing on the other side of the island.
No, there are some notes that just didn't make it onto the map. There are a few things. Okay. Yeah. You actually have some trouble getting to Swampside because by the time you get halfway across, these rivers are open, and all of a sudden you have to ford rivers in new ways, and it's a long, slow process. But eventually you get back to Swampside to find
many weeks later.
Yeah, that last note that you left there is gone, but it's clear that there's been no resupply.
To find gone, it's been
removed.
I think it was like etched in, right?
Oh, if it was etched in, then you come across it to find it chiseled away or like etched out, like someone has come and destroyed your note that you left.
Nice bastard.
That last Scrag patrol.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it, everybody. We'll be back next week with a Q&A with everyone at our same Frofro time. Please prep your questions in advance, and we'll chat.
Shall we use the Reddit thread for accumulating questions as well?
Yeah. Oh, I have a question on
in chat.
Go for it, Nick.
You know the southernmost point of Drekis where Faris was from?
Yeah.
Does that thaw?
Why don't we talk about that later?
Okay.
But yes, it will thaw.
That's how they know, right? That's how they'll know.
That's how they'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Or maybe they won't connect the dots.
Yeah. Those idiots.
Okay. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night.
And goodbye.
Game.
Good game.